Back in October 2017, some astronomers spotted something totally weird, an object zooming through our solar system that came from way outside of it. They called it Oumuamua, which is Hawaiian for scout. Ever since then, people have been scratching their heads about it. It moved strangely, had a weird shape, and just acted unlike anything we'd seen before. It became a big mystery for astronomers. Now, with the James Webb Space Telescope, we've finally got a good look at it. Oumuamua wasn't what anyone expected. It didn't have a tail like a comet, and it wasn't shooting out gas. Plus, it sped up as it moved away from the sun in a way that gravity couldn't explain. People came up with all sorts of ideas, like maybe it was a chunk of hydrogen ice, or even an alien spaceship. But nothing really stuck. The James Webb Space Telescope, which launched in December 2021, is built to see the universe's deepest secrets. It can pick up on infrared light, so it can spot things other telescopes can't. When it looked at Oumuamua, which was pretty far away by then, it got an amazing image. The image showed that Oumuamua is long and not symmetrical. Its surface is covered in grooves and dents, which makes sense since it's been traveling through space for billions of years. But the biggest surprise was what it's made of. The telescope found organic stuff and elements that we just don't see much of in our solar system. That means it probably came from somewhere totally different. One of the biggest questions has been why it sped up as it left our solar system. The new data says it wasn't gas causing it, but maybe something else. One cool thought is that it has a light sail, which is like a sail that uses light to push it through space. Webb was also able to figure out what materials are on the surface. It's a mix of metals and some other stuff we don't recognize. There's also elements that could turn into organic molecules. Another interesting thing is a super shiny material, which might be why it was so bright. And some of the materials suggest it came from a young star system where things are pretty wild. All this gives us hints about how things work in other parts of the universe, where matter is arranged differently than around here. One recent idea is that it's a piece of a planet that got destroyed, maybe by a big star or a black hole. If that's true, then Oumuamua is like a survivor of something huge, carrying the history of a lost world. That could help us learn about how star systems change over time and how crazy events can send objects flying across the galaxy. The organic stuff on Oumuamua has even made people wonder if it could be spreading the building blocks of life around the universe. This idea, called interstellar panspermia, says that objects like this could be carrying the ingredients for life to other star systems. It's a wild thought that makes you wonder if something similar happened on Earth way back when. So, Oumuamua isn't just some rock. It's like a time capsule that tells a story about what happened billions of years ago. Studying it can tell us about where it came from and how star systems change. And it gets us ready for future missions to go out and study other objects like it, which could teach us even more about the galaxy. It all shows that the universe is full of mysteries. Oumuamua has made us rethink our models and how we see our place in everything. It reminds us that we're just a small part of a huge place where amazing things happen all the time, things we can barely even imagine. If it turns out that Oumuamua is artificial, then it could be our first hint of alien life. That would totally change everything. The discovery has inspired a new generation of scientists to think big, like with the Breakthrough Starshot project, which is trying to build superfast probes. These probes could visit objects like Oumuamua and really dig into what they're made of, answering some of the questions we have now. With every new thing we find, we're getting closer to a future where we can not only see the universe, but also interact with it. Oumuamua is much more than just something that passed by. It's a doorway to all sorts of possibilities and mysteries. It's shaking up astronomy and making us ask big questions about where we come from, where we fit in, and what our future holds. Thanks to the James Webb Space Telescope, we've taken a big step toward understanding what it means to be part of such a big universe. It shows that even though we're small, we're curious and driven to explore. The universe is calling us to dream, and this is just the start. What other secrets are out there? Only time, and our curiosity, will tell. What do you think Oumuamua is really telling us? As we keep working to figure out the cosmos, Oumuamua is still a big focus. Its visit was rare and special, opening up new ways to explore. The things we've learned from it push us to keep looking beyond what we know and to search for answers in unexpected places. The work of astronomers, physicists, and engineers has just begun. Future missions sparked by Oumuamua's visit will let us check out similar interstellar visitors super close. Better telescopes and probes will let us see objects from even farther away and learn their secrets. Maybe one day we can catch these objects while they're still traveling through space, giving us even better clues about what they are. With each discovery, we learn not just about the objects themselves, but also about how to study them. The James Webb Space Telescope is an amazing piece of tech, and the new missions being planned are full of innovation. All of this will make us even better at understanding the universe. As we go further into the unknown, we are learning that the questions we ask today are paving the way for the breakthroughs of tomorrow. Oumuamua also makes us think about our own solar system in a broader light. When we learn about other parts of the galaxy, we understand more about what makes our own neighborhood special, or not. The stuff found on Oumuamua suggests that our local environment might not be as unique as we thought. It makes us wonder if other star systems might have planets like ours that could support life, or if life itself might have started on objects traveling between stars. There's a sense of urgency to all of this, as every new piece of the puzzle helps us understand our place in the big picture. Whether Oumuamua is a piece of a distant planet, a probe from aliens, or just a natural messenger from far away, its trip through our solar system gets us excited about exploring more. In the future, as tech gets better, we might even be able to send our own messages across the stars. We might learn how to use light pressure to push spacecraft at incredible speeds, letting us reach distant places in much less time. Oumuamua's visit has started conversations that go beyond science. It's making us rethink ourselves and our future as a species. It forces us to reconsider what we know about life, tech, and the endless possibilities of the universe. Could we one day send our own objects into space, hoping that they'll be found by other intelligent beings? Could this be a new chapter in human exploration? There are still so many questions. Why did Oumuamua act so strangely? Was it sent here on purpose, or was it just a random event? If it's a probe, who sent it? We need more research and better tech to get closer to the truth about this interstellar traveler. As we move into an era of more advanced exploration, we should expect more surprises, more puzzles, and more discoveries. Studying objects like Oumuamua will only become more important as we continue to push the limits of space exploration. It's not just about finding aliens, it's also about understanding how the universe works, how it changes, and how we fit into the big picture. In the end, Oumuamua's trip is more than just a scientific event. It's a symbol of human curiosity, of the desire to go beyond what we know and to seek out the mysteries that lie beyond the stars. It reminds us that the universe is full of endless possibilities and that the best discoveries are yet to come. So, what do you think? What do you think Oumuamua's trip means for us? What secrets could it be hiding? Tell us in the comments. The discovery of objects like Oumuamua points us to the future. When we get that we are part of a much bigger universe, it is both grounding, but also exciting. We all are on the verge of figuring out some of the biggest puzzles that have formed the cosmos for a long time. The thought that we might not be alone in the universe has almost become an urgent question since Oumuamua came around. Can this be the first signal of another life form? Even if Oumuamua does not give solid answers, it gets society driving towards advancement, finding new ways to connect with the cosmos. The future of looking deeper into space is not so much about just gaining information, but it's about getting those facts to drive new styles of connection with the cosmos. The advancement of space travel will keep changing, by possibly helping us answer if other civilizations exist beyond our planet today. Every now and then a find like Oumuamua lets us assess our location from great space and time period. It pushes our beliefs about space while unveiling of new lines of thought. Trip to our corner of space reminds that exploration is very minimal in relation to what can be seen now. Oumuamua hasn't just made us rethink our science books, it's changed how we see ourselves in the universe. It shows us that we're just a small part of a huge place where wild things happen all the time. If Oumuamua turns out to be artificial, it might be the first hint that we're not alone. That would change everything about how we understand life. The discovery of Oumuamua has got a new group of scientists and engineers thinking big. Projects like Breakthrough Starshot, which is working on probes that can travel super fast, are just the start of exploring beyond our solar system. These missions could find objects like Oumuamua and study them up close. Hopefully we can get all of our questions answered someday. With every new thing we find, we get closer to a time when we can not only look at the universe, but actually interact with it in ways we can't even think of right now. Oumuamua, the interstellar messenger, is more than just something that passed by our planet. It's a window into a universe full of possibilities. It's changed astronomy and made us wonder about where we came from, our place in the cosmos, and what our future holds. The James Webb Space Telescope helped us take a big step toward understanding what it means to be a little piece of this huge universe. Oumuamua reminds us that even though we're small, we have a big desire to learn. The universe is calling us to imagine what's out there, and this is just the start. What other secrets are waiting to be discovered? We'll only know in time. What do you think? What is Oumuamua trying to tell us? If you want to hear about cool stuff in space, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. Thank you for watching. As we keep learning the universe's secrets, Oumuamua is still important to think about. It reminded us to keep looking for the unusual, in places we haven't been before. The astronomers, physicists, and engineers, etc. have years of work ahead of them. Future missions could let us see similar space visitors up close. As the technology gets better on our telescopes and probes, we will learn more secrets from deep, deep space. Perhaps one day we can have one of these objects while it is still out in space, and this will help us understand things even better. As humans go further into space, we see that the answers we seek today will help inspire the things we learn in the future. Oumuamua also challenges us to look at the bigger picture of our own solar system. The more we find what is out there from other places in the galaxy, the better we will find the unique things in our own celestial neighborhood. This leads us to think that there are maybe other places in the solar system that could have planets like we do, that could support life. Instead of having life that starts in our own system, maybe life started out in space and has traveled to Earth. There is so much to find out still, and the more answers we discover, the more we understand the connection with our own place in space. If Oumuamua has come from another planet, or if it is a vehicle sent from an intelligent species, or if it's a message from space, it has been a reminder to us that we need to find more answers. If the future allows us to send our own messages out to space, what would that look like? Maybe we use light to push aircrafts. As we have theorized, this will help us reach places faster than we could before. The visit from Oumuamua gets us thinking about our future, and where we are going as a planet. Its arrival also means that we need to rethink our stance on how we view life, technology, and the endless things in the universe. Could we send our objects into space one day, in the hopes that they will be discovered by other beings? Could this be the start of something new with human exploration? There is always some questions left unanswered, even still. Were its actions intentional? And if it is a probe, what sent it and from whom did they send it from? Since we don't know anything yet, this will lead us to future projects that need to have the proper things to learn more about this object from interstellar distances. We need to have a more advanced way to explore things, so that we can learn better when surprises are there to be learned, or so that we can resolve things that we have been having problems with. It is not just about the research for space objects, but to learn how the universe evolves, and how we fit in this big puzzle. Oumuamua will inspire us to go beyond what we have learned, so that we can see the mysteries of the universe. If you like Oumuamua, we would love to hear what you think Oumuamua means to us. Or maybe subscribe to see more cool videos in the future. Until then, thank you for joining us as we see the mysteries of the universe. It is truly exhilarating and humbling, as we unlock some secrets that has shaped the space for so long. We are coming upon realizing if we are truly alone on Earth. Do aliens exist? We don't know. This is also helping the bridge between science and putting theories out there for people to think about discovering one day. If we do not have an answer to these questions, it helps us in the future to have inspiration for space exploration and discovery. We need space knowledge to create advanced technology, and that also means that we improve our interaction with the cosmos. If we keep trying, then maybe one day we get an answer if other creatures exist. This may be the true meaning of existence. The more that we learn about distant objects and phenomena, the more we understand the nature of the universe and space. We also question how objects move through space, because we have never seen something quite like it, with there possibly being objects that we may never find that is on its own journey through the universe.